day to you. Wherever you're watching from, welcome. I want to share something with you today. And this was inspired from, a few things this morning because when I write from the heart. And I write about things that inspire me, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through something I've read, something I've heard, or something I feel inside. Now, I started my journey to creative writing or intuitive writing, whatever you like to call it, many years ago. And it was encouraged by a friend of mine here in New Zealand. That was many years ago, actually. And I usually write from the heart. I usually write how I speak. And I've had a little confidence in that. So I haven't shared much until recently. I find at the moment I'm getting all these, people have called them downloads before. I don't know what you call them. Okay. I don't know what the term is, but I get ideas and then I have to put them down on paper. So what I tend to do is dictate them now because the words come to me faster than my fingers can actually hold a pen and write. So I dictate what I want to say and then print out what I have downloaded. Does that make sense? I hope so. This morning when I got up after the meditation I did, and then I pulled a couple of cards, and it was really interesting how it was like, oh my gosh, all of this is just pulled together. Does that happen to you? So I had to share it. It was basically about celebrating how far we've come because we're not good at doing that. And it's very easy to look back over the past and have regrets or think, oh, I should have done that better. And then look at challenges we've had. But sometimes we have to think, you know what? This has been quite a journey. Yes, it's been tough, but now is the time to celebrate because I've walked through that fire. I've climbed that mountain. I'm out the other side. So one of the cards I pulled was celebration and dance. And it's like, yeah, that makes total sense. Yesterday, something happened. I was literally dancing around my kitchen with excitement and joy. Please tell me you do that too. And if not, try it because it's fun. Um, the other card I pulled was emergence, the dragonfly. The cards are from a deck called the Earth. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember what it is. I might type that in the blurb down here because it's actually a beautiful deck of cards that I was drawn to a few years ago, and I usually pull a daily card from that. Two of them jumped out to me this morning, and they were in that order: celebration, emergence. And without even picking up the book to read it, I knew exactly what that was relating to because of a dream I'd had, because of the meditation and a couple of things in two different meditations that just sparked that. And this is the writing piece that I want to share based on that. Now, I have, as I say, I've typed it out because that's the other thing, the way I work. I get these downloads, I get these thoughts. I have to speak them almost immediately because if not, they float away again. But some of them are too important not to share. And so here it is. Okay, I'm going to read it. So forgive me for looking down on my little piece of paper here, but big pieces of paper. I am going to read this to you. I would love you to share your comments if you found any value in this, if you resonate with this at all. I would love to hear that because I truly believe that what I write is of value to quite a few people that I don't even know. And I don't need to know from the point of you feeding my ego. It's nothing to do with that. It's just that when I get that urge to share something, I really feel that it's important. And I would love to know that it's landing in the right place. Let me know. Subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. Follow me. Do whatever you do on YouTube. Okay. There will be more of this stuff coming through. I'm going to try and do it on a weekly basis. Okay. Can't promise because I get busy. That's the way I roll, because human design, when I'm in alignment with my design, I'm in alignment with it. So some people might call me a bit of a flibbity gibbet. It's nothing to do with that. I'm fully aware, I'm fully focused, but I have different areas of focus. Right. The dragonfly moment. 6 years ago, if someone had handed me a crystal ball and shown me exactly what was ahead, I honestly don't think I would have believed them. And if I had believed them, I'm not entirely sure I would have had the courage to continue. There were challenges I could never have imagined. There were losses, disappointments, periods of uncertainty, and moments when life seemed determined to pull the ground from beneath my feet. Yeah, it's a little bit emotional. At times, it felt as though I was climbing a mountain, only to discover another one waiting on the other side. There were days when I questioned everything, days when I wondered if I had taken a wrong turn somewhere, days when the future felt uncertain and hope felt difficult to find. Yes, here I am, still standing, still learning, still growing, and perhaps most importantly, still willing to trust. This morning during meditation, a simple thought arrived. What if I had known 6 months ago what my life would look like today? Unlike 6 years ago, the answer was very different. 6 months ago, I was standing in front of a blank page. I had no idea what was about to unfold. I did not know that my writing would become such an important part of my life. I did not know that opportunities would begin appearing that felt perfectly aligned with who I am. I did not know that doors would start opening in directions I had never even considered. I did not know that purpose would begin revealing itself so clearly. And yet here it is. Not because I forced it, not because I planned every step, but because I kept going. One step, one day, one decision at a time. As I reflected on this, I pulled 2 cards. Actually, they jumped out at me, literally. The first was dance, a reminder to celebrate, to acknowledge how far I've come rather than focusing on how far there still is to go. To recognize that surviving difficult seasons is worthy of celebration in itself. The second card was Dragonfly, emergence. The timing could not have been more perfect. A dragonfly spends years beneath the surface, hidden from view. It begins life underwater as a nymph, growing and developing in a world very different from the one it was born to inhabit. Then one day it emerges. It climbs onto a rock, sheds its old form, and transforms into something entirely new. A creature that can fly, a creature that can see from a completely different perspective, a creature that was always designed for more than the environment it once knew. As I read the message, they're coming again, I felt tears welling in my eyes because I recognize myself within it. The last few years have felt much like life beneath the surface, a period of growth, a period of learning, a period of becoming. There were lessons I needed to learn, beliefs I needed to release, fears I needed to face, parts of myself I needed to rediscover. And now, for the first time in a very long time, I felt something shifting. I felt as though I have climbed onto that rock. I feel as though I'm emerging, not because I've arrived, not because this journey is complete, but because I can finally see the next chapter beginning to unfold. The most interesting part is that the emergence has happened far more quickly than I expected. Life seems to be asking me to step into a bigger version of myself, to stop questioning whether I am ready, to stop worrying about what other people might think, to let go of old stories that once kept me small, to trust that everything I have experienced has prepared me for what comes next. And perhaps that is the lesson. We spend so much of our lives waiting. Actually, I read that wrong. I can't read my own typing. We spend so much of our lives wanting certainty, wanting guarantees, wanting proof that everything will work out. Yet, if life has taught me anything, it is this: we do not need to know what's coming. We only need to trust the next step. The future is not something to fear. It is something to grow into. 6 years ago, I could not have imagined where life would take me. 6 months ago, I could not have imagined what would unfold. And today I'm no longer asking for the crystal ball. I am simply grateful for this journey, because every challenge, every setback, every lesson, and every unexpected detour has brought me here, to this very moment, to this emergence, to this beautiful and exciting new chapter that is only just beginning. And for the first time in a very long time, I'm not fearful of what lies ahead. I'm curious, I'm hopeful, and you know what? I am ready to fly. So, my friends, if you resonate with any of that, if it brings a tear to your eye, then you were meant to hear to you were meant to listen to that today. I hope it helps you. Subscribe to my channel if you wish. I would love you to hang around and see what more comes. Take care. Have a beautiful day. I'm going off now for another cup of coffee because that's just what I do. See you.